because my dad didn't take me to football practice. Nobody paid for me to go to the boys club. I didn't need $1 million spent on me through the corrections department. What I needed were clean socks, good guidance, and someone to help me heal my trauma. And that's what a lot of these kids need. Kindergarten, they just want a sandwich and a hug. And that's all they want. They'll do whatever you ask them to do. Homework, behave themselves, sandwich and a hug. We're not giving it to them. We want to get them at 25 when they got 6 years in the penitentiary and a knife in their hand. Talking about, why won't he listen to us? Because when he was hungry, you didn't listen to him. When he was 8 years old and hungry, we ignored him. Now he's 25 and the problem, you want him to listen to you. The time to get him to listen is when they're willing to listen and they're able to listen.
So for the people listening to this podcast, and hopefully it's going to bother a lot of people, but I imagine a lot of them are going to be asking themselves, what can they do? Like, what can they do to support this? What can they do to be a part of the solution, to bring about this type of change?
If you want to change things, you have to become active and tell yourself the truth. I can go right now to a local elementary school. We know right now, every gang member, every murderer, every drug dealer, every drug user, 10 years from now is sitting in elementary school right now. They're in K1 and K2, as cute as they want to be. And they're sitting there innocent. And we know what's going to happen because it's been happening forever and ever. We can tell you where the schools are coming from. We know exactly where the school that's going to produce the next killer is. Exactly where the school that's going to produce the next drug dealer is coming from. It's all the inner city public schools. If you walk around any penitentiary and say, where did you go to school? It's going to be a public school. 99.9% of the people in prison went to a public school. And if they're black, they went to an inner city public school. So this is not a secret. This is not any rocket science. So we know right now there's a whole classroom full of K1 kids that if we don't reach them, at some point they're going to reach out and touch us. We can go down and support that endeavor of educating and supporting that kid at that level versus waiting for them to turn 16 or 17 and start spending $50,000 a year to incarcerate them. My son's going to go to Stanford. Stanford's $50,000. Stanford's cheaper than some prisons to house people. Florence ADX costs more than $50,000 a year. Pelican Bay costs more than $50,000 a year. Most shoe programs cost more than $50,000 a year. We're paying more to incarcerate people than it would to put them in college, the best colleges. And we know where they're coming from. They're not coming from Mars. They're not coming from outer space. They come from the inner city K1s and K2s. I would love to see a group of soccer moms, white ladies from the suburbs, pull up on an inner city school and demand that they teach those kids. Go in there and help them. I've been to enough suburbs. Policing works in the suburbs. The education system works in the suburbs. Why can't those who run the suburban schools or have the PTAs and those folks come across the bridge? Come across the train tracks. If you're scared of 18-year-old big black guys with machetes, cool, go to K1 and help them early. Show them that you care. Come on. I mean, we can go to the root of it. Let's not go to the back end. If you ask me, Dre, there's 2.2 million people in jail and there's like 3 million people in K1. Save the babies. Grown men will find a way, or they won't. Babies deserve a chance. So all the folks who are listening to this podcast, if you're unclear on what to do, call me. We've been waiting 400 years for this conversation. And I'll take every last call.